Welcome to Sleepy Tales Stories. Where are you listening from? And what time is it for you right now? Let me know in the comments. Tonight's story will take you on a magical journey. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let yourself drift into a world of dreams. Now, let's begin Chapter 1, The Awakening. In the quiet hush of the ancient night, when the silver glow of the moon caressed the weathered stones of a once mighty empire, there lay a forgotten kingdom called Valyria, a realm where legends whispered through the winds, and the embers of ancient fires still glimmered beneath layers of time. In the heart of this forlorn land, echoes of dragon roars and the soft lullabies of mystical magic reached the souls of those who dared to listen. In a crumbling chamber of a ruined palace, a young prince named Arion stirred from a deep, enchanted slumber. His dreams were filled with visions of shimmering scales and majestic wings, images of dragons soaring high above endless skies. With silver hair that caught the moonlight, and eyes as deep as ancient amethysts, he felt a stirring within, a call from beyond the veil of time. Each heartbeat echoed the long-forgotten songs of his ancestors. And as he lay there, the quiet hum of history embraced him like a gentle, familiar melody. For many years, the people of Valyria had resigned themselves to the belief that the age of dragons had ended. Yet, on nights like this, when the stars blinked in quiet conspiracy, a secret remained, a spark that had not yet been snuffed out. The last ember of Valyria, murmured in hushed tones by those who still believed, was a promise of rebirth, a silent vow that magic and wonder were not entirely lost. Arion, unaware of his destiny, was fated to awaken this dormant power. As the cool night air carried the scent of ancient ash and forgotten dreams, the first light of dawn began to break over the horizon. Slowly, Arion rose, his eyes reflecting the soft luminescence of hope. In the solitude of his ancestral chamber, surrounded by relics of a bygone era, he felt a deep, resonant pulse, a silent invitation to embark on a journey that would rekindle the flame of a lost age. Chapter 2, The Whispering Winds. Outside the shattered walls of his ancestral home, the winds spoke in gentle murmurs. They told tales of a time when dragons and men existed in a delicate harmony, intertwined in trust and shared destiny. Each gust carried secrets of ancient battles and long-forgotten alliances, a tapestry woven from the whispers of nature itself. Arion listened intently, his heart attuned to every rustle of the leaves, every sigh of the wind. for he sensed that these murmurs held the key to his future. He stepped into the overgrown courtyard, his bare feet treading softly on dew-kissed grass. The old stone paths, etched by the passage of countless generations, led him toward the mysterious unknown. With every step, memories of his forefathers echoed in the gentle clatter beneath his feet, urging him onward and reminding him that destiny waits for none. The world outside was a canvas of dreams and shadows. The remnants of the once glorious palace, though crumbling, still held the secrets of glory and sorrow. As Arion wandered beneath ancient archways, the natural symphony of chirping crickets and the distant call of an owl merged with his thoughts, forming a lullaby that lulled his spirit and ignited the magic of Valyria once more. In a clearing where the heavens opened wide, the night sky revealed a dazzling panorama of stars, each a tiny ember of ancient fire. The cosmos, a vast expanse of wonder, beckoned him to look upward, to decipher the destiny written in the constellations. Every star, a silent witness to the passage of millennia, whispered promises of hope, urging him to embrace the legacy of his bloodline. Chapter 3: The Dragon's Lament. Deep within the smoldering heart of the northern mountains, hidden from mortal eyes, lay a cavern where the essence of fire still burned fiercely. In this secret haven, Thalrix, the last of the ancient dragons, had slumbered for centuries. His scales, once brilliant with the light of 1,000 suns, now shimmered with a wistful glow. Yet behind his deep, knowing eyes lay the memory of an age when dragons ruled the skies, and magic flowed as freely as water in a mountain stream. Thalrix dreamed of the vast expanse above, of the exhilarating rush of the wind beneath mighty wings, and of the boundless freedom of flight. In dreams, he recalled the roar of the wind, the caress of warm air upon his scales, and the soft murmur of the earth as it cradled his every soaring leap. But as the endless cycle of centuries passed, the vibrant dream of flight began to fade, replaced by the heavy blanket of eternal slumber and the sorrow of a forgotten legend. Then, on one fated night, when the celestial dance of the stars reached its zenith, a subtle tremor stirred the air deep within the cavern. The ancient magic, dormant yet ever potent, awoke with a gentle whisper, carrying the echoes of promises made long ago. Thalrix's eyes flickered open, and for an ephemeral moment, the cavern was bathed in a soft, golden light. The dragon, sensing that destiny had beckoned him forth, began to rouse from his ageless sleep. With a slow, deliberate grace, Thalrix stretched his vast wings, each movement accompanied by a symphony of creaks and murmurs. Gradually, he unfurled from his rocky confines, his deep, ancient eyes scanning the dark passages as if seeking the one who had stirred him from oblivion. The silence was profound, broken only by the rhythmic beating of his mighty heart and the faint echo of memories long past. In that defining moment, the dragon knew that his time of seclusion had ended. The era of rekindled bonds and reborn dreams had arrived. Chapter 4. The journey begins, drawn by an irresistible pull deep within his soul. Arion felt the unseen hand of destiny urging him forward. It was as if the very spirit of Valyria itself was calling him to leave behind the remnants of his past and step into a world brimming with mystery and magic. With each cautious step, the whispers of the wind grew into a resonant chorus, weaving tales of ancient lore and the promise of a destiny fulfilled. In the gentle glow of early dawn, Arion gathered his few cherished belongings, a weathered map passed down through generations, a locket holding the faded portrait of a long-gone ancestor, and a delicately carved wooden figurine of a dragon, a symbol of his unbroken lineage. Each item was a talisman of memory and hope, an echo of the legacy he was destined to uphold. With a deep, resolute breath, he ventured into the sprawling wilderness, his heart aflame with both anticipation and a quiet, steadfast determination. The path ahead was one of both breathtaking beauty and hidden peril. Towering trees formed natural archways overhead, their leaves murmuring secrets of the ancient world. Gentle streams meandered through the forest, their waters sparkling with the golden hues of the rising sun. Yet, amidst this serene splendor, an aura of mystery prevailed, as if the very land itself guarded ancient riddles and timeless truths. For countless hours, Arion journeyed in silence, interspersed with moments where he would pause to close his eyes and listen to the gentle cadence of the wind. Each pause was a moment of reflection, a silent communion with the land that reassured him he was treading the right path, a path laid out by fate and the invisible hand of destiny. As the day unfolded, the landscape transformed before him. Verdant forests gave way to rugged, rocky outcrops, and vast meadows awash with the soft glow of sunlight, each step drawing him ever closer to the heart of ancient Valyria, Chapter 5. The Ruins of the Fallen Empire. After a long, weary day of travel, Arion found himself at the edge of what remained of the once glorious city of Valyria. The ruins rose like silent sentinels, monuments to a past filled with both majestic glory and deep sorrow. Crumbling towers, their ivy-clad facades softened by the relentless passage of time, reached feebly toward the heavens. It was among these time-worn relics that the true story of Valyria began to re-emerge, piece by piece, from the ashes of oblivion. Wandering through deserted streets lined with broken arches and weathered sculptures, Arion marveled at the intricate carvings that adorned ancient stones, each a silent testament to battles fought, loves lost, triumphs won, and dreams shattered. The soft murmur of the wind meandering through empty corridors created an ethereal symphony, a melody of echoes that sang of memories preserved and hopes deferred. In these hallowed ruins, the past was far from dead. It thrived in every weathered stone, in every lingering shadow, in every delicate whisper carried on the breeze. At the heart of the desolation, he discovered a grand archway, its once intricate carvings now softened by time's gentle erosion. Beneath the arch lay a faded inscription, a prophecy etched into history itself, a promise that when the last ember of Valyria was awakened, the age of dragons would rise anew. Arion's fingertips traced the worn letters with reverence, each touch igniting a surge of emotion as the ancient words resonated deep within his soul. The prophecy, alive with the weight of destiny, urged him to continue on his path, to seek out the hidden truths embedded in the echoes of the past. Within the heart of the ruins, a vast courtyard lay reclaimed by nature. Wildflowers blossomed defiantly amid the cracks of ancient stone, and delicate vines wove intricate patterns over broken columns. At the center of the courtyard stood a stone pedestal, its surface adorned with carvings of dragons and celestial symbols that seemed to pulse with a quiet energy. Kneeling before it, Arion offered a silent prayer to the gods of old, his heart a tumult of hope and grief. In that moment, amid the ruins of a lost empire, the spark of destiny ignited, a spark that would soon grow into the blazing flame of renewal. Chapter 6. The Rebirth of Fire and Flame. As the sun sank low, bathing the world in hues of crimson and gold, Arion felt a warm glow kindling within his chest. It was a fire of rebirth, a spark that had lain dormant in the depths of time, waiting for its moment to burst forth and illuminate the darkness. In that instant, the world around him shimmered with the promise of new beginnings, as if every element of nature were charged with the magic of renewal. Far in the rugged northern mountains, Thalrix stirred from his timeless slumber. The ancient dragon, roused by the call of destiny, embarked on a slow, measured journey toward the dawn's first light. Each powerful beat of his mighty wings stirred the mists and sent ripples through the fabric of existence, heralding the change that was destined to come. The path ahead was uncertain and fraught with peril, yet the deep, unspoken bond between dragon and prince was already taking shape, a connection as ancient and unyielding as the flames that had once set the skies ablaze in Valyria. Beneath a sky ablaze with the fading light of day, Arion sat by a modest campfire amid the ruins. The flames danced and flickered, casting a shifting mosaic of shadows upon his thoughtful face. Recalling the prophecy and the silent call of destiny, he felt an inner warmth radiate from deep within, a confirmation that his journey was intertwined with the fate of his ancient homeland. In the gentle crackle of the fire and the soft rustle of the night wind, the promise of tomorrow glimmered like a distant star, urging him to awaken the long dormant ember of hope within his heart. As night embraced the land, the heavens unveiled their myriad of stars, each a silent witness to the unfolding of destiny. The vast expanse of the cosmos offered a quiet reassurance, as if to say that even in the deepest darkness, light endures. Arion gazed upward, feeling the profound calm of the universe and the gentle tug of ancient magic. The night sang with possibilities, and in that tranquil stillness, the promise of rebirth shone with the soft glow of an eternal ember. Chapter 7. The Ascension of the Last Ember. In the days that followed, Arion's journey led him to the threshold of the Whispering Woods, a vast, mystical forest where every leaf, every branch, and every ripple in the air pulsed with ancient energy. The forest was a living tapestry, a place where time flowed in a gentle, unpredictable dance, and the past mingled with the present in an eternal embrace. With cautious steps, he entered the forest, guided by the soft luminescence of bioluminescent flora and the quiet murmur of hidden streams. The canopy above filtered the sunlight into a cascade of shimmering gold and an emerald, each beam a reminder of the beauty and fragility of the old world. Venturing deeper, the air grew thick with the earthy scent of moss and damp soil. and the silence was intermittently broken by the gentle rustle of unseen creatures. Every pause in his journey was a moment to absorb the ancient wisdom embedded in the very fabric of the forest, a silent affirmation that he was drawing ever nearer to his destiny. Deep within the heart of the whispering woods, Arion discovered a secluded clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. At its center lay a pristine pool of water, so still and clear that it perfectly mirrored the heavens above. As he approached, the surface of the pool began to ripple in gentle undulations, as if stirred by an unseen hand. Within its depths, images of a lost past and a hopeful future intermingled, a visual tapestry woven from dreams and memories. In that silent, sacred moment, the barrier between what was and what might be grew thin, and Arion sensed the stirring of the last ember, a tiny spark waiting to burst into a radiant blaze of renewed magic. Kneeling by the water's edge, he whispered a prayer, his soft voice melding with the rustling leaves and the murmuring wind. The pool shimmered in response, its ripples carrying his hopes and silent promises into the depths of the mystical realm. It was in this hallowed space that the last ember of Valyria began its quiet ascent, a solitary spark in the gathering darkness, poised to ignite a fire of transformation that would span the ages. Chapter 8: The Flight of Destiny. The awakening of the last ember sent ripples across the ancient world. Far beyond the whispering woods and the rugged northern peaks, Thalrix, the venerable dragon, soared into the vast expanse of the sky once more. His colossal wings beat with a steady, rhythmic power, stirring the winds and carrying him toward a destiny that transcended both time and space. With the heavens as his canvas, Thalrix embraced the infinite, his majestic flight a silent hymn to the revival of lost magic and the unyielding strength of hope. As he flew high above the lands of old, the whispers of the wind carried his legend to every corner of the realm. In every rustle of leaves and gentle ripple of water, his presence was a comforting reminder that even in the darkest hours, the spark of life endures. Meanwhile, on the winding paths below, Arion continued his solitary journey, his feet treading softly over ancient stones and sunlit meadows. Each step forward resonated with a deep, primal connection to the land, a reminder that every part of nature, from the tiniest blade of grass to the grandest mountain, played its role in the eternal dance of fate. At dusk, when the sky blushed with shades of indigo and silver. Arion found himself before an ancient gate carved with symbols of fire and wing. The gate, though worn by time, exuded a quiet majesty, a silent herald of the wonders that lay beyond. With a steady breath, he pushed it open and stepped into a realm where time lost its rigid boundaries and the past intertwined with the promise of the future. Each step beyond that threshold was a leap of faith, a step into a destiny written long ago in the sacred texts of the ancients and echoed in the silent heartbeat of the earth. Chapter 9. The Dream of Valyria. Within this mystical realm beyond the ancient gate, the very concept of time seemed to dissolve. Arion wandered through landscapes where memories of a bygone era mingled effortlessly with dreams of what might yet be. The world around him was surreal, a tapestry of shifting colors, fluid landscapes, and moments that flickered like the soft flame of a candle in the night. Wandering along winding paths that appeared and vanished with each measured step, he heard the soft murmur of voices from long past, a gentle chorus of souls whispering lullabies of hope, renewal, and eternal light. In a secluded clearing, Arion encountered a circle of towering standing stones, each etched with intricate designs of dragons, fire, and celestial symbols. Kneeling before these ancient sentinels, he placed his trembling hand upon the cold, time-worn surface and felt an overwhelming rush of memories. Vivid images of a once glorious kingdom, of soaring dragons, joyful celebrations, and the harmonious symphony of life flooded his mind. In that moment, the dreams of Valyria surged forth, weaving a tapestry of splendor and sorrow, of forgotten loves and lost victories that left him both humbled and determined to reclaim the ancient flame. Time ebbed and flowed like the gentle lapping of a distant sea, and Arion lost himself in the profound reverie of that enchanted place. The rhythmic cadence of his own heartbeat melded with the soft murmur of ancestral voices, creating a lullaby that resonated deeply within his very soul. Every pause, marked by a gentle, became a silent punctuation in the story of his journey, a reminder that the soul's path is measured not by the distance traveled, but by the quiet moments of introspection that kindle the flame of destiny. Slowly, as the visions receded like a fading dream, Arion rose with renewed determination, the echoes of ancient songs still whispering in his ears. With each step along the winding path, he carried the legacy of Valyria within him, a fragile yet unyielding ember of hope that would one day blaze into a glorious conflagration of renewal. Chapter 10. The Legacy of Ember and Flame. As twilight surrendered to the deep blues and silvers of night, the ancient realm of Valyria stirred with the promise of rebirth. Arion, now a traveler, not only of distant lands, but also of the timeless dreams that had shaped his destiny, felt the weight of history in every step he took. The legacy of Ember and Flame, passed down through generations of warriors, poets, and dreamers, was a living force, a gentle reminder that even in the deepest darkness, a single spark can ignite the fires of a new dawn. Beneath the tender glow of a full moon, Arion found himself in a secluded valley where the remnants of a hallowed temple lay hidden among ancient trees. The temple's crumbling walls, adorned with faded murals of mighty dragons and epic battles, exuded a quiet power and dignity. Stepping inside, his footsteps echoed softly in the vast, empty hall as he knelt before an altar pulsating with a mysterious inner light. In that sacred silence, he sensed the presence of his forebears, their wisdom and strength flowing into him like a warm, reassuring tide that carried the promise of renewal. The air was redolent with the soft fragrance of incense and the faint chime of distant bells, as if the very stones of the temple were singing a hymn to the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. With closed eyes, Arion listened to the quiet murmur of voices from the past, voices that spoke of valor, sacrifice, and an indomitable spirit that refused to fade. Each gentle pause was a moment of reverence, a silent pact with the ancient gods that had once guided his people, urging him to embrace the destiny that lay before him, a destiny to rekindle the lost flame and restore the glory of Valyria. With a heart now brimming with quiet resolve, Arion rose and stepped out into the cool night. The journey ahead was long and shrouded in mystery, yet he carried within him the unbreakable bond between human spirit and ancient magic. The soft, lingering glow of the temple's altar faded into the dark as he embarked once more on the path of destiny, a path lit by the promise of rebirth and the eternal dance of ember and flame. Chapter 11. The Convergence of Destiny. In the days that followed, as the chill of early spring began to give way to the tender warmth of renewal, destiny wove its intricate tapestry around Arion. He traversed sun-dappled forests, mist-veiled hills, and sparkling streams, each step resonating with the quiet pulse of the earth. With every new horizon, the wind grew bolder, recounting timeless tales of ancient alliances, lost loves, and the undying spirit of a kingdom reborn. One luminous twilight, as the sky blushed with hues of lavender and gold, Arion arrived in a secluded glen where time itself seemed to pause. There, beneath the sprawling branches of a venerable oak whose limbs stretched heavenward like welcoming arms, he encountered a mysterious figure draped in robes of midnight blue. The figure's eyes shone with the calm wisdom of ages, and for a long, silent moment, they regarded each other with a mutual understanding of fate. In that hushed encounter, the glen seemed to vibrate with an energy of convergence, a moment when the past and the future merged in a silent, harmonious symphony. In a voice as soft as the rustling leaves, the mysterious figure spoke. Arion, bearer of the ancient flame, the hour has come to awaken the magic that sleeps within you. The bond you share with Thalrix is not mere chance, but a sacred covenant of balance and renewal. Embrace your destiny. Unite the realms of fire and spirit, and kindle the flame that shall restore our world. Each word resonated within him, stirring a profound resolve, a determination as enduring as the very stars that watched over them. For what felt like an eternity, they spoke beneath the twilight sky, the enigmatic mentor unveiling secrets of the old world and the delicate interplay of fate and free will. Every pause, marked by a soft, allowed the weight of each revelation to sink deep into Arion's soul, affirming his purpose and lighting the path to a destiny long foretold. And as the final words of wisdom faded into the twilight, the mysterious figure vanished like a wisp of smoke, leaving behind only the quiet certainty of destiny fulfilled. Chapter 12. The Final Embrace. Night descended once more, and under a full, luminous moon, Arion stood at the precipice of a great cliff overlooking a valley where faint, ancient fires still glowed in the darkness. The cool night air brushed his face as he gazed out into an endless sea of stars, a vast, silent testament to the passage of time and the endurance of hope. In that solitary moment, the journey of a lifetime converged upon him. The journey of a prince destined to awaken the last ember and restore the legacy of a lost empire. A distant, resonant roar, deep and powerful, echoed across the valley, a sound that stirred his very soul, as if Thalrix himself was summoning him from afar. Closing his eyes, Arion drew in a deep, steady breath, feeling the soft pull pull of destiny intertwine with his heartbeat. Time seemed to pause, each moment stretching into an eternity, as the silent call of the ancient dragon mingled with the night's cool breath, a prelude to the final embrace of destiny and duty. With unwavering determination, he stepped forward, his heart aflame with both sorrow for what was lost and hope for the new dawn that beckoned. The wind carried the faint, comforting scent of burning embers, a gentle reminder that even the smallest spark can ignite a conflagration of change. And so, with the soft murmur of the night and the quiet promise of the stars, Arion stepped boldly into the future, into the embrace of destiny, into the eternal dance of light and shadow, where the legacy of ember and flame would forever burn bright. Epilogue. A new dawn. As the first rays of dawn painted the horizon in tender hues of pink and gold, the realm of Valyria stirred with a newfound spirit of renewal. The dark night had given way to a morning filled with promise. A promise that the legacy of dragons, of ancient magic, and of undying hope would continue to shine across the ages. In the soft, early light, when the world was still cradled in the gentle arms of sleep, a quiet murmur arose from the ancient stones and the whispering winds, a murmur of rebirth, of legends rekindled, and of a bond between a prince and a dragon that would never be broken. Thus began the next chapter in the eternal saga of Valyria, a saga of ember and flame, of ancient magic revived, and of the enduring spirit of those who dare to dream. For as long as the last ember burned, its light would guide the lost and the weary, a beacon of hope in a world that had once forgotten how to believe. And with each new day, as the sun rose and the shadows retreated, the promise of Valyria lived on, a promise that even in the darkest moments, light would emerge, tender and fierce, to herald a future full of wonder and infinite possibility. Chapter 13. The Trials of the Elements. In the vast wilderness beyond the ancient ruins, Arion's journey led him to a place where nature itself tested his resolve. Here, the world was divided into the raw, untamed forces of the elements: earth, water, fire, and air, all intertwined in a delicate, eternal balance. It was said that only by facing these trials could one truly awaken the power of the last ember and unlock the ancient secrets of Valyria. His first trial awaited in the rugged foothills, where jagged cliffs and deep chasms challenged his every step. The earth beneath him trembled with the memory of ancient earthquakes, and each rocky path told tales of cataclysm and rebirth. Arion climbed steep slopes, his muscles straining as he navigated the treacherous terrain. At every pause, a breath drawn in the thin mountain air, a moment of silence before a leap of faith. He felt the earth speaking to him in a language older than time, urging him to remain steadfast and true. The second trial lay in the embrace of a winding river, whose waters surged with both life and fury. The river's currents roared and whispered, carrying the energy of storms past and the promise of cleansing renewal. Arion waded into the cool, rushing water, feeling its power course through him as if it sought to wash away the remnants of doubt and fear. At each pause, marked by the gentle splash of water and the soft murmur of the stream, he listened to the song of the river, a melody of persistence and change that reminded him that even the mightiest currents begin as a single, determined drop. Next, the trial of fire awaited in a barren plain where the ground smoldered beneath an unyielding sky. Here, flames danced upon the earth like living entities, their flickering tongues a challenge to every soul who dared approach. Arion stepped forward into the heat, feeling the intensity of the blaze sear his skin, yet ignite a hidden strength within. Each pause, each moment of standing amid the roaring fire became a lesson in endurance and transformation, a reminder that from the crucible of flame, true power is born. The final trial was in the realm of the air, a high plateau where the winds howled with the voices of the ancients, battling fierce gusts that threatened to knock him off his feet. Arion climbed higher, his determination as unyielding as the winds themselves. In the quiet between the gusts, he paused to listen to the whispers of the air, a song of freedom, of journeys unbound, and of the infinite skies that cradled the dreams of every living soul. Having faced the trials of earth, water, fire, and air, Arion emerged transformed, each element having carved its wisdom into his very being. The soft pauses between each trial, each became a rhythm in his heart, a silent testament to the strength and resilience that would guide him on the path to destiny. Chapter 14. The Echoes of the Past. In the quiet aftermath of the elemental trials, Arion found himself drawn to a forgotten glen where the echoes of the past resonated in every whisper of the wind. Here, ancient voices spoke in hushed tones, their memories etched into the very fabric of the land. The trees, gnarled and wise, seemed to lean in closer, their leaves rustling with secrets of ages long gone, a time when dragons ruled the skies and magic flowed unchallenged through every living thing. Seated on a moss-covered stone, Arion closed his eyes and allowed the murmurs of the glen to envelop him. In the soft cadence of the rustling leaves and the distant call of an unseen bird, he heard the stories of his ancestors, their joys, their sorrows, and the eternal promise of renewal that had carried them through countless hardships. Each pause, each gentle, was a moment to absorb the weight of history, to feel the pulse of a legacy that spanned millennia, and to understand that his destiny was interwoven with every forgotten tale of old. Visions of ancient Valyria flooded his mind, grand feasts in sunlit courtyards, heroic battles fought under starlit skies, and the tender moments of love and loss that had defined an entire era. The voices spoke of sacrifice and hope, of the delicate balance between destruction and creation. In the stillness, Arion made a silent vow to honor these memories, to carry forth the light of the past into a future where the ember of Valyria would shine bright once more. Chapter 15. The Dance of Shadows and Light. As the days grew longer and the chill of winter faded into a gentle spring, the realm around Arion transformed into a stage for the eternal dance of shadows and light. In the soft glow of dawn and the lingering hues of twilight, every corner of the world seemed alive with the interplay of darkness and illumination. It was in this delicate balance that he discovered the true essence of magic, the realization that even in the midst of overwhelming shadow, the light endures, resilient and unwavering. On a quiet afternoon, as the sun dipped low behind ancient hills, Arion found himself in a valley where the interplay of light and shadow created intricate patterns upon the ground. The silhouettes of long dead trees stretched like silent guardians, their dark forms contrasting with the radiant beams that filtered through the canopy above. With each pause, marked by a thoughtful, he witnessed the subtle shifts in the landscape, a gentle reminder that life itself is a constant dance between the seen and the unseen, the remembered and the forgotten. In the midst of this interplay, he encountered a solitary figure, a spectral presence that seemed to embody both light and shadow in equal measure. The figure's eyes held the depth of countless memories, and in its soft, measured voice, it spoke of the duality that defined existence. Within every heart lie both a spark of light and a shadow of sorrow. Embrace them both, and you shall find the true path to renewal. The words resonated deeply within Arion, stirring emotions he had long kept hidden beneath layers of duty and solitude. In that fleeting moment, the soft of silence allowed the wisdom of the figure to sink in, forging a bond between the tangible and the ethereal, between destiny and free will. Chapter 16. The Reunion. As fate would have it, the paths of Arion and Thalrix were destined to converge once more. In the gentle glow of a moonlit night, when the world was hushed and the stars bore silent witness, the ancient dragon reappeared on the horizon, its majestic silhouette framed by the luminous orb of the full moon. The reunion was quiet, yet profoundly stirring, a moment that transcended words, a meeting of souls bound by a shared destiny, a promise forged in the crucible of time and trial. Arion, standing at the edge of a wind-swept plateau, watched as Thalrix descended with graceful power, its enormous wings stirring the cool night air into a gentle, rhythmic cadence. In the silent space between heartbeats, their eyes met, an unspoken recognition of kinship and purpose that transcended the bounds of mortal understanding. The soft pause of a whispered marked the instant when the dragon lowered its mighty head, inviting the prince to bridge the gap between ancient legend and living destiny. Together, they stood in the quiet majesty of the night, a living embodiment of a legacy that would soon reshape the world. Chapter 7. The Awakening of the Guardian. In the days following their poignant reunion, a new presence began to stir in the hidden corners of Valyria, a guardian whose existence had long been veiled by the mists of time. Deep within an ancient grove, guarded by towering, sentinel-like trees, and bathed in the soft luminescence of bioluminescent flora, an ageless spirit awoke. The guardian, known in whispered legends as Ilaran, embodied the very essence of nature's eternal cycle, a bridge between the mortal realm and the primordial forces that had once breathed life into the ancient kingdom. Ilaran's emergence was heralded by a soft, reverent pause, that echoed like the beating of a timeless drum, marking the arrival of a force that would guide Arion on the path of destiny. The guardian's voice, as gentle as the rustle of leaves and as deep as the roots of the earth, spoke of a prophecy older than the stones themselves. Only when the flame of the last ember burns in unison with the guardian's heart shall the true legacy of Valyria be reborn. In that hallowed moment, Arion felt an overwhelming sense of purpose, a calling to unite the disparate threads of fate into a tapestry of hope and renewal. Chapter 8. The Ritual of Rebirth. With the guardian Elerin by his side, Arion embarked on a sacred journey to perform the ancient ritual of rebirth, a ceremony passed down through the veils of time, designed to awaken the dormant magic of the realm. In a secluded grove where the earth pulsed with the memories of countless generations, intricate symbols were inscribed upon stone altars, and the air was filled with the heady scent of sacred herbs. The ritual was both a communion and a challenge, demanding that all who participated surrender to the eternal cycle of death and renewal, of shadow and light. As dusk melted into night, the participants gathered in a perfect circle, each heart beating in harmony with the ancient rhythm of the land. Arion, with the guardian at his side, and Thalrix's distant, comforting presence felt in every heartbeat, began the incantations of old, a series of words imbued with magic, power, and the promise of a new dawn. Every whispered pause, every soft, carried the weight of history, a moment to honor what had been lost and to celebrate the birth of something eternal. Slowly, as the final syllables faded into the still night, a radiant glow emerged at the center of the circle, a brilliant flame that was both the culmination of the past and the harbinger of a future reborn. Chapter 19. The Covenant of Fire and Soul. In the aftermath of the ritual, a profound transformation swept over the land, a deep, resonant connection between man and dragon, between the living and the ancient magic of Valyria. Arion and Thalrix, united by destiny and the sacred rites of rebirth, forged an unbreakable covenant, a bond of fire and soul that transcended mortal boundaries and bridged the realms of the seen and the unseen. The covenant was sealed with a silent promise, punctuated by gentle pauses, a series of soft that echoed like the heartbeat of the world itself, affirming that the legacy of Valyria would endure as long as hope flickered in the hearts of the brave. In that solemn moment, the prince and the dragon became one, a living symbol of the ancient pact between humanity and the primordial forces of magic. Their bond, as delicate as a whispered secret and as enduring as the eternal flame, would guide the destiny of a kingdom reborn. Every pause was a silent vow, a promise that no matter how deep the darkness, the light of the ember would forever illuminate the path to renewal. Chapter 20. The Path to Eternity. As the seasons turned and the first blossoms of a rejuvenated Valyria began to appear, Arion embarked on the final leg of his journey, a pilgrimage along the ancient paths that wound through landscapes both wild and wondrous. Each step was a testament to his resolve, each pause a quiet that marked the rhythm of a heart reborn in the fires of destiny. The path ahead was long and shrouded in mystery, yet it was lit by the eternal glow of the covenant he now shared with Thalrix and the guardian spirit of the realm. In the gentle light of dawn, as the world awoke to the tender embrace of a new day, the memories of the past intertwined with the dreams of the future. Arion wandered through fields awash with wildflowers, along streams that sang of ancient promises, and over ancient stone bridges that connected the scattered fragments of a forgotten empire. Every moment was a meditation, every pause a silent affirmation that his journey was far from over, that the flame of the last ember, now burning brightly within his soul, would light the way to an eternity of hope and renewal. Standing at the threshold of a vast, sunlit valley, Arion gazed into the distance, where the horizon melted into a shimmering tapestry of light and shadow. In that quiet, hallowed moment, the world seemed to hold its breath, as if the very fabric of time awaited the next chapter of a destiny written in embers and stardust. And so, with a heart full of courage and eyes alight with the promise of tomorrow, he stepped forward into the embrace of an endless journey, into the eternal dance of dreams and destiny, where the legacy of Valyria would live on forever. Good night. Now listen our calm music.